Hello dear student, how are you all? I think everyone are fine there. So student, today we are going to study or we are going to analyze the new prose. Yes, the prose number 3 or the lesson number 3, the little girl. See, the little girl. There is one girl, okay, like all the girls of ninth standard, a little girl, a small girl of their parents, and she used to afraid from her father. And why she used to afraid? And at last when she afraid more and more, when she afraid from supernatural things which will happen as it is, which will occur, okay, by itself, then she will go and hug to her father. This is what we are going to learn in this lesson. A good bonding, a good relationship, a loving and a caring nature in between the father and a girl. This is what we are going to learn. So student, I made the PowerPoint presentation video based on the little girl is a short summary, a summary for you before beginning the lesson. The little girl which is given there on the page number 32. So student, as usual we are discussing about each and every lesson and the poem through recorded video, is it? But here we will take a short summary first, then we will go back to the lesson. So student, let's begin with the little girl and what is a short summary and what is there in the story and how many characters. Let's discuss quickly within a 15 minutes video. Alright. The little girl. The name of the lesson number 3 is The Little Girl. So what is there in the lesson? See, the little girl of the story refers to the main character that we will come across. The little girl named Kezia. What? Her name? Kezia. Her name is Kezia. Alright. The name of the little girl here. The name of the little girl is Kezia. Okay. Then the second point. The theme of the story is the relationship between children and their parents. And the writer wants to tell us that children share a very important bond of love with their parents. So student, okay, it is for you. So everyone sharing a caring and a loving nature with your parents. Yes or no? As this little girl used to do. And here the whole story based on the loving and caring nature of the parents, okay, towards their children, and children's loving and caring nature towards their parents. This is what here the lesson is all about, the family. Okay, and here we are going to learn about the family and their relationship, okay, and the loving and the caring, even the good bonding relationship among the parents and the little girl. Okay, let's go to next slide. Fine. Here Kazia was a little girl. Kazia is a little girl. She feared her father. Okay, she is so threatening. She is so fearing from her father. Okay, she thought that her father was like a giant. What do you mean by the word giant? Giant means a mammoth man, a very well heighted, okay, a fatty man, and he is going to scold her each and every day. That's why she is totally feared with her father. He had big hands and a big neck. His mouth was also very big. She always avoided him. She thought that he was very cruel. So the little girl think that her father is very cruel person. Cruel means a bad, okay, useless. And this person is always going to scold me, okay, and he is a very dangerous, even the a very aggressive person. So this kind of titles she given to her father. But what happened next? Kazia's father worked in an office. He went to an office in the morning. Before going, he went to the little girl's room. He gave her a casual kiss. Okay, so her father used to go to the office. Before going to the office, he used to kiss Kazia, a little girl, okay, his beloved daughter. The father went to the office in a carriage. She felt very happy when the father had gone. So student, this little girl is like the girls of the 9th standard. where the girls of the ninth standard usually feels happy when their father go outside because they can make noise, they can play here and there, they can go and mingle with their friends, so no one is there in the home to scold. Even if mother will scold you little bit, but who listens to the mother? Is it or no? This is happens with the girls of the ninth standard or with the boys of the ninth standard? Yes or no? When the father comes back to the home, then you will sit somewhere in the corner of the room like a pussy cat. Yes or no? So here this little girl also naughty. She used to go outside for a playing and she enjoy in her room when the father goes out for the office. Okay, now let's see the next slide. Then, see, in the evening, the little girl's father came back. When the little girl's father came back, he spoke loudly in the house. So he used to spoke loudly because usually the gents used to spoke out loudly. Kasia feared her father's loud voice. Her mother would ask her to go and take off his shoes. Okay, when she entered his room, he looked at her sternly. Okay, he looked at her sternly. Kasia thought that her father was a hard-hearted person. So when his father get inside the home and he usually go in his room and he slept down because of tiredness, and the mother, the wife of the little girl's father, tells to Kasia, hey, go his room and take out the shoes where he kept. And here Kasia as soon as get inside the room and he looks over the father, and the father looks over her sternly, in a such a rude manner, and she afraid. So actually his father is not seeing her in a such a rude manner, though his facial expression is like that only. So though he is not intentionally afraiding her or afraiding his little beloved daughter, but Kasia is afraid of him because he is such a big giant. He had a very big mouth, big hands, big legs, and the whole body structure is so big, like a mammoth person. Alright, so the little girl looks like this. The little girl is so little and she looks like this. Fine. Now, the next slide. One day, Kasia made a pin cushion. Kasia made a pin cushion. She wanted to present it to her father on his birthday. Cushion means which we used to keep just below to our head when we go to the bed at night. Yes or no? It is called a cushion, which will give the rest to our head. Fine. She needed paper to stuff the pin cushions. So she needed the papers to make somewhere stuff. To make it more fatty. So what she did? She found some sheets of paper in her father's room. So this little girl found some piece of paper in the father's room. She tore the sheets to stuff the pin cushion. So what she did? The papers which belongs to the father's, and that paper belongs to father's office, she torn out those pages and she kept inside the cushion to make it fatty. Then what happened? Her father had written an important speech on them. He was very angry with her. He took a stick and beat her severely. He told her not to touch anything that did not belong to her. Kasia wept bitterly. She wondered why God had made fathers. Now she trembled even at the sight of her father. Now what happened? This little Kasia don't know about anything. She want to present a gift on the occasion of his father's birthday. So what she did? She torn some pages which were kept in the on the table in his father's room, and that papers were based on the speeches what he himself made. And he ready to go take them to the office, but this little girl torn it them and she filled it under the cushion where the people used to put below the head. And afterwards, when his father was searching those papers and his father was asking to the little girl's mother, and the mother complained about the little girl. This little girl Kasia had torn your pages and she kept inside the cushion. Then the father became angry and he taken the stick and beaten very hard to the little girl, and the little girl was totally afraid and she asked why the God made the fathers to each and every children's, because they used to behave in such a rude and aggressive manner. They used to beat small children's. Yes, fathers are very important in our life. If there were no fathers, you will roam here and there free. You will be not afraid by your mother. Then what happens if you are roaming free? Then everyone will tell you beggar, who is not of any use. If there is father in your home, you with his strictness you can study and you can become a good person. So father should be there. But this little girl was so afraid from her father. Then what happens? Yes, one day, one day Kazia saw her neighbor, Mr. MacDonald. He was playing with his children. They all looked very happy, but Kazia's father never played with her. Now she thought that there were different kind of fathers in the world. Her own father was very cruel. One day what happened? This little girl Kazia went to the neighbor and hiddenly she saw the father of her own friends, where the father of her own friends playing with her friends, and they were very happy. And the Kazia differentiated her own father with the friend's father, and she got knew all fathers are not like one. There are different fathers in the world. My father is so aggressive, their father is happy. But earlier what doubt she had? Why God had made the fathers? Because she thought all the fathers are same. They don't like, okay, they don't like the children's at all. But now she got from the friend's father that their father is happy, supporting, very friendly with his own children, but my father is not like that, and she considered her father very cruel. Okay, see student, the statement of the Kazia. Now the next one. After a few days, Kazia's mother became ill. Her grandmother took her to hospital. Kazia was alone in the house with the nurse. Then what happens? After a few days, Kazia's mother became ill. Now the Kazia's mother became ill. Her grandmother took her to hospital. Kazia was alone in the house with the nurse. Now Kazia is alone, okay, with the nurse there in the house. She had to sleep alone in her bedroom. Now Kazia had to sleep alone in her bedroom. At night, she had a horrible dream. Who? Kazia. But because earlier she used to sleep with her mother, but mother is somewhere in the hospital and the nurse is taking care there in the home. She saw that there was a butcher with a knife. She saw a thief and he had a big knife and he is coming towards the Kazia to kill her. She thought or she saw where in her dreams, okay, and it is a horrible dream. So student, in her dream, okay, she saw a thief who had a knife in his hand and he is coming towards the Kazia to kill. She was terrified. She gave a loud cry. Her father came into her room. He lifted her and took her to his own bed. She lay beside her father's. Then what happens? When she shouted loudly, her father rushily comes toward the Kazia and she lifted the Kazia in her hands and taken back to his own room, and both of them slept together because it is a good relationship in between the father and Kazia. And here Kazia got the very good sleep with her father because she was afraid alone with a horrible dream where a thief is coming to kill her. Okay, then this is what here happens in the conclusion of the poem. So in the last paragraph you will going to learn how the Kazia become the friend of her father when the father helped her when she is watching such a horrible dream where thief is coming to kill her. Okay, and she shouted very loudly after waking up from the dream, and her father rushly come inside her room and he lifted the Kazia and both of them slept together there in the father's bedroom. So student, this is what we have learned. So it is a short summary. Yes, it is a short summary among the father and the Kazia. So both were like not good in the relationship. Okay, where Kazia used to afraid from her own father because she thought that father is so aggressive, he is so cruel, and he used to scold each and every day to the Kazia. And when she torn up the pages, she put it inside the cushion. Her father beated her very hard. So due to this incident, she is not so friendly with her father. But a day when mother was ill, she was admitted to the hospital, and Kazia saw such a horrible dream, okay, during a night sleep, where the thief is coming to kill the Kazia, and the Kazia shouted very loudly. At the same time, in reality, her father came rushly in her room, okay, and he lifted the Kazia and he given the Kazia a support that you are my daughter, a beloved daughter, you should sleep with me. And here a good relationship prevailed in between the Kazia and her father, and from now onwards Kazia start loving her father. So student, what morality, what think we will get from this lesson, that there should be a good relationship with all of them, with all the family members. We should have a good relationship. Okay, we shouldn't be separated, we shouldn't be neglected by any one of the family members. We should love our father, even we should love our mother, we should love our siblings. Each and everyone should have a good relationship. After all, we have such a short span of life, and after the death, who knows who we're going to be where. So for the time being, whatever we have, we should love, we should live in such a caring and a loving, okay, environment. Understood, student? This is what we have learned from the lesson number 3, the little girl. For the time being, student, watch this video thoroughly, understand the short summary of the lesson, and in next class we are going to begin with the little girl, lesson number 3, with each and every single paragraph's explanation. Okay, student? For the time being, watch this video and have a nice day.